In this video, I'll show you how to use your iPad Air 6th generation. I'll put on the screen right now what I will cover in this video. So let's get started right away. Over here we have some widgets. As you can see, this is how they're called. And over here we have some apps that come pre-installed with your iPad. Some of them you can delete, some of them you cannot. If you want to change their position, you can simply keep press on them and then you'll be able to move them around on the position you would prefer. You can simply remove them from the home screen so you do not see them, but they're still installed on your iPad by clicking this small line here and you remove from home screen. The app will disappear, but the app will still be installed on your iPad. You can put it back at any times. If you want to see all the apps that are installed on your device, simply go like this towards the right side and you'll arrive over here. This is called the app library. This is where you see all the apps that are installed and they're grouped into different categories. So over here we have information and reading. If you tap on it, you're going to see them all. You can tap anywhere on the screen to go back on this and you can see over here in each groups, there's a bunch of apps that come pre-installed on your iPad. And even if you download some in the future, they'll always be grouped. This way it's easier to find them afterwards. If you enter an app like I just did over here and you want to exit, simply drag up from the bottom of the screen where you see the line like this. And you see the app is over here. You just have to go up like that, like you saw. Let me redo it once more. You see, like that. So you can close it. Actually, you do not close it. It goes in the background. If you have multiple apps that are open, let me just open a few of them like that. Okay. You simply have to go again, swipe up from the bottom of the screen. Whoops, let me do it again. And you're going to see them all appearing. And you can completely close them by swiping them up, and you see they disappear. This means the app is completely closed. It's not in the background anymore. If you want to modify certain quick settings, you simply need to drag down from the top right corner of your screen like this. You're going to have these quick settings appearing, and here you can select the volume up and down. You have some volume buttons on the iPad itself, but you can also do it through this menu. You have the brightness of the screen. You see, simply by dragging it up and down, you can do this. You have the airplane mode, Wi-Fi hotspot, Wi-Fi settings over here, Bluetooth settings. If something is playing on YouTube or a podcast or music, you're going to see it here, so you can play pause quickly. And you have other options like screen mirroring, and you can also lock the orientation of the screen here. If I click on it, you see if it's red, it means it's locked. So even if I turn my iPad this direction, nothing will turn. It won't adjust automatically. Let me remove this. And you have also a few more settings over here. If one of these widgets is annoying you and you don't want anymore, keep it pressed. And then you're going to get this settings. You can remove it by selecting remove stack. Remove. Here we go. And you see the apps takes the empty space automatically. First thing, we need to wake up the iPad and find the App Store. Should look just like this one. Tap on it. First time you open this app, you're gonna get this screen. Welcome to the App Store. Press the blue continue button once. Now they'll ask you if you want personalized ads. This means that the iPad will analyze which apps you're using most and try to recommend apps that are similar to those or similar to your hobbies or your fields of interest. If you want this, select turn on personal ads. If you don't like this, select turn off personal ads. I'll select. Then it will ask for permission to use your location. This could be very useful depending which apps you intend to download, since some of them are specific to your location. Some apps are just available in your city, for example. And the App Store simply wants to know where you're located so it can recommend to you those apps. I'll select allow while using this app. And now we are on the App Store. there's many different apps, and to browse through them you have multiple choices. You have Today here. These are just a selection of apps that Apple decided to show it to you. You have Games. By selecting Games on the bottom of the screen here, this will only display games and not any other sort of app. You have Apps, which is all the apps except games. Then we have Arcade, not many people you will use that. And we have Search. If you want to search for a specific app, let's say you want Facebook, click on Search and then click on top here, the search bar, and type the app you want to download, Facebook, and bam, Facebook will appear here. If you do not see it, simply go down and it should be down below. Let's say I want this one, I'll click on it and I'll have multiple screenshots here just to make sure this is what I want. I can even go down to see some reviews. And when you want to get an app, you're gonna see the Get button right here on the top right corner. This is where you need to press once. And now it will ask you to input your Touch ID on the fingerprint reader right over here, Touch ID on the side. Or if you don't have this Touch ID set up, it will ask the password of your iPad. It's very important that your Apple ID or Apple account is linked to the iPad, so you're already logged in, because without an Apple ID or Apple account, you won't be able to download any apps. I'll press this. It will start downloading and installing. You don't have to do anything. You have here the small status bar. You can go ahead and browse for any other apps. You can even exit the App Store while an app is downloading. It's not important to keep it open. On the home screen of your iPad, you're going to see the app and a status bar showing you how much time is left until you can use that new app that you just downloaded. So in my case, I just have to wait a bit more. Okay, perfect. The app is completely downloaded and installed. If you want to delete any apps that you have downloaded, okay, simply press on it like this. You need to select Remove App. And then you have multiple options. You're going to have Delete App or Remove from Home Screen. Delete App will completely erase it from your iPad. This means that all your personal data regarding this app will be deleted. If you select Remove from Home Screen, it simply means that you won't see it on your home screen, but the app will still remain installed on your iPad, ready to be launched at any time. So if you want to delete it, select Delete App. Delete, and it will disappear. First thing is to open the settings of your iPad. Once you're in the settings, you need to go on the left side and find Touch ID and passcode. Tap on it. Then it will ask you the passcode of your iPad. You absolutely need to have the passcode, the PIN code, password of this device if you want to use Touch ID. So I'll go ahead and enter mine. Once you enter the password, you'll be greeted with this screen on the right side. And here we have multiple options. The first thing you need to do is to add a fingerprint. Tap on this. And then it will ask you to place your finger, any finger, you can choose, you're not obligated to choose only the index, on the Touch ID sensor that is located right over here. It's the power button. So choose your finger, I'll choose this one, and simply put it on the power button. Do not click the power button, simply put it on it multiple times, okay? And every time you do this, it will scan your fingerprint. You can even change a bit the position of your finger. Make sure you cover the whole button. After doing this for about 10 or 12 times, you'll have this message. Capture all of your fingerprint. So what it means is we need to do the same exact process, but now with the sides of the finger. I'll press continue here, and now I'll do the sides, okay? So maybe 5 times on each side, this one as well, to capture the full fingerprint. And at the end, you're going to have this message, complete. It means you did everything right. Now press continue. And this fingerprint has been added. You can see it over here, finger number 1. You can add multiple fingers. You can even use your other hand, or maybe if you have a friend that uses your iPad often, you can ask your friend to input his or her fingerprint here. Now, once you're done with this, you have a few options on the top here. So you can choose how to use this fingerprint reader. Every time you unlock your iPad, do you want to use the fingerprint instead of putting a passcode? You can also use it to pay for stuff online or in the apps. iTunes or App Store, every time you buy an app, do you want to use this instead of your passcode? And you also have password autofill. So this means when you're browsing the web and you want to sign in into a website, do you want to use this button? So here you can choose, you can check them, uncheck them the way you want. If you want to delete a fingerprint, you simply need to tap on it here in the menu and select delete fingerprint over there. You can also give it a new name, by the way, over here if you prefer having, let's say, your first name instead of finger number 1. It's up to you to choose. First of all, to enable Stage Manager and be able to do what I'll show you next, you first need to drag down from the top right corner, and you see this icon here, it's 3 little dots with a rectangle. You need to press on it, like that. This will enable what they call Stage Manager, if it's in blue, like it is right now. We can then exit this small window, and now let's open our first app. I'll open the App Store. Once you open the app, you're going to see the app taking a portion of the screen. On the lower side, you're going to have a bar with all your apps that are open and that you use most often. And on the right and on the left side, you're going to have different group of apps. What if you want to have multiple windows on the same screen? Well, first of all, we can resize the one you see simply by dragging this small corner with a black mark over here. So if I drag it, I can make it smaller, bigger, longer, the way you want. Then we can move this app on the screen simply by keeping it pressed on the top part of the app like this and dragging it where we want. You can even put it all the way here. The app groups that you saw there could be revealed simply by sliding from the left side towards the center of the screen. So in my case, let's say I want to put it over here. Next, open the second app you want to multitask with. Let's say calendar. I'll open my calendar app. And now the calendar app is open. I can resize it, okay, the way I want. Now, what if you want to add multiple apps on the same screen, right? That's the point of multitasking. Well, you see there's 3 dots over here on the app. Tap on it, select add another window, and now you can add any other window that are open. I'll add the App Store. Now we have both of them, and again you can resize them. Let's add another window. I'll click again on the 3 dots, add another window, and select Safari this time. If the app you want to add is not over here or over there, you can click right over here on the lower right side. And you're going to have the app library showing up. And these are all the apps that are installed on your iPad. You can even go over here and try to search for it. Now we have 3 windows open on the same screen. Again, if I tap the 3 dots, add another window, we can even add a 4th one. I'll add photos. Obviously, you can use them all at the same time, you see? Now, this is a group of apps. If we open another app, let's say music here, it will open it in a new group. Let me resize this. And you see, these are the apps that were open in the previous group, the one we just did. Music is not in one of these. It's in a new group. So if I click here on this older group, I can make them all appear. And let's say I want to go back to my music group. Well, I press this and the music app is opening, and if there were other apps, they will all appear over here. You can also drag any apps that are open on the left side into this new group. I'll keep press like this and drag it right over here. And here we go. Both apps are now open on the same page. You see? So now we have two groups. We have music and maps, and if I press here, we have the other ones. And you can have multiple groups like this on the side. If you want to take one app and exchange it, so put it in another group, let's say in this one, simply drag the Safari app from this group on the side here into this new one, and now it's over here. At any moment, you can view the app in full screen if it's not enough because it's too small like that. Press the three dots, enter full screen, and now the app will be displayed on the display fully. If you want to close down any apps, press the three dots and select close. The app will disappear. So this way you can have multiple apps open side by side and switch between them very easily. So the first thing we need to do is to place these Bluetooth headphones into pairing mode, and this will depend on which brands you're using. Many brands will have a button that you need to keep pressed until pairing mode is activated. Alright, they are now in pairing mode. I'll set these aside, and on the iPad itself, all we need to do now is to go into the settings menu, select Bluetooth. Okay, it should be one of the top options. Make sure that Bluetooth is indeed turned on, and then over here you're gonna have other devices and all the devices that are in pairing mode around you ready to get paired. These are my headphones. So I'll simply tap on them and they'll be connected. You may get a screen message here where you need to click pair. If this is the case, simply press the pair button and they will be added in my devices with all the other paired devices. Now you see over here you have the name of your headphones and an eye. Click on the eye and here you can rename them. So this is the brand and the model of my headphones, but you can change this and call this well, I made a big typo there, who cares? But you can rename them the way you want. You can also select device type here just to help the iPad know what you just connected, because sometimes it does not know that these are headphones. So I'll select headphones here, go back, and then we have disconnect and forget this device. If you want to simply use the speakers of your iPad, well, click disconnect and the headphones will be obviously disconnected, and next time you power them on, they'll reconnect with your iPad. You won't have to pair them again. If you select forget this device, you completely remove them from the iPad and they won't connect automatically anymore. If you want to use them again after clicking forget this device, you'll need to redo the pairing process the same way I just showed you. So I'll click forget this device, and they'll be gone for good. So first of all, the iPad Air 6th generation has a port over here, which is a USB Type-C port. So if your USB stick does not have a USB Type-C connector like this one, you see, this is USB Type-C. Maybe yours has a USB Type-A and this one has both, so maybe yours is looking like this. You'll need an adapter. I'll put a link in the description towards the adapter made by Apple that works every time. This way you'll be able to plug this into that. But in my case, I have a USB Type-C stick, so I'll go ahead and connect it here on the side. Once it's connected, you need to find the Files app on your iPad. Launch it. Once you open my Files app, on the left side, you're going to have the locations, the different sources. So you have on my iPad, memory, and you're also going to find your USB drive over there. I'll click on it And everything that is on this USB drive will be displayed on the right side. You can view whatever is there simply by clicking on it. If there's folder, you can go into the folders and have access to the content. You can also copy what's on this USB drive on your iPad memory. This way you won't have to keep it connected all the time. Let's say it's a movie or a picture, whatever. To do so, click on select. Select everything you want to transfer. Then over here, down below, you're going to click on more. Select copy. Now go on my iPad on the left side. This is your iPad memory, internal memory. You're going to press anywhere where it's white. Don't press on one of the documents that is already there. Press 2 seconds until this menu appears. And then click on paste. The documents, pictures, video, or other stuff will be pasted there. And that's about it. You can always change the name of your USB drive by press on it and select rename. You can also erase everything that is on it. Unfortunately, there's no way on how to format it on the iPad. If you're not able to see your USB drive on your iPad, it could be because it's formatted into a format that is not supported by the iPad. The iPad supports many formats like the APFS, APFS encrypted, Mac OS extended, which is HFS+. It also supports exFAT, which is FAT64, FAT32, and also FAT. If your drive is another format, it won't be able to be recognized by the iPad, and you'll need to format it on a PC or a Mac. You cannot do this on the iPad. So this is it. Once you're done, simply disconnect it manually, and you're good to go. You don't have to eject the drive like you do on a Mac or a PC. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and also comment.